That's the chip that's going to go in your right hand if you take the mark of the beast. This is an x-ray of the right hand with the chip in it. Nations like China and Japan are already doing this to their people. And it says in Revelation 13:16, and the beast will cause both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to have this mark, so that they can buy or sell, and anybody without this cannot buy or sell. So when that happens, what you gonna do?
Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Adab from the GMS MOTB, Alabama camp, coming at you with another lesson. But before I get started, I want to give all glory, praise, and honors unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and salutation to the whole feed elect that scattered abroad, preaching the truth, sincerity. To you who want to say shalom. And this guy, right, you know, he sounds like he's an Edomite. All right, which we know none of the heathens, it doesn't matter if the heathens take it or not, which is the other nations outside of the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel consists of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native American, Indians, all right, and Seminole Indians, all right, and yeah, Japan and China, they you know, have chipped some of their citizens, okay, and then you have a few people in the American military that have the same thing and planted in them as well. And then you have a company up there in Wisconsin, okay, all of their employees is chipped as well. So, but this thing is gonna spread out to the whole world, okay. This is the great temptation, this the hour of temptation that's going to be introduced to the whole world, okay. And like I mentioned, you heathens, okay, you other nations, it doesn't matter if y'all gonna take it or not, you still would be destroyed. All right, and this isn't a color thing or what, it's a spiritual thing. All right, and whatever your father is, that's what your spirit is. But whether this guy believe what he's presenting or not, you know, it's a shame that this guy he is saying this, but you can't get the Israelites, the other Israelite camps outside of Great Millstone to acknowledge this, all right, like this guy is doing or whatever. Okay, they won't even play like that or nothing like that, you know. But Great Millstone has the 100% truth, man. All right, and what else is going to cause you to not be able to buy, sell, or trade? Okay, besides this chip. But I want to get the book of Matthew and 24, because you know it's over with, man. We at the end of this thing. They say, and Yahweh Shah went out and departed from the temple. Okay, this is Matthew 24 verse 1. It say, and Yahweh Shah went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahweh Shah said unto him, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Going into the prophecies, because when those nuclear missiles hit, it's gonna lay the land flat. Okay, it's gonna be a desolate land, and America is going to get hit the worst. It say, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciple came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? And Yahweh shall answer and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And there's a lot of people out here on these platforms hollering about that they're anointed, and that what they're saying is to be true. That the Lord is working with them, and telling them to do this and telling them to do that, and deliver messages to the people and stuff like that, man. But it's many antichrists. It's not one, it's many. Verse 6 is say, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And you can see what's going on. This war, with the Strait of Hormuz. All right. Of America, Iran, Israel. All right. Then you had Ukraine. We are witnessing World War III, but it's going to get worse to where those missiles start to fly and America be hit. Okay, because this country never witnessed a war here on this land. It always been wars in other countries and stuff like that. But America, okay, this land will be hit. Okay, it will be ambushed. Verse 7 says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And we're witnessing those things. You had a swarm of bees over there in Israel, man. Then you had a swarm of locusts that didn't hit in many areas over here in America, man. Okay, you got earthquakes everywhere. Okay, you have famines everywhere. And over there in Cuba, they're without power. Okay, they ain't finna have nothing to eat or drink if that continue to go on longer, man. It say, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Right, that's talking about the Lord's elect, man. Okay, because some of us will be unalive for this truth that we speak, that we believe. Okay, this ain't talking about no anybody. This is talking about the true believers of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. It say, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. All right, going back into what I was saying about these people hollering about the day or anointed. Okay, that the Lord is commanding them to do these things and do that thing. It say, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right. People getting into road rage. All right, people or indulged in violent activities, man. All right, criminal activities. It say, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Right, and that's the point, that this truth have been spread into all the ends of the earth. Okay, people know about the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, people know what and whether they want to believe it or not, but people know that the Lord's chosen people are the so-called colored people. You Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. Okay, these heathens know that. But hey, the point is that this word shall be preached unto the end. Okay, and now you got some brothers channels, they can't even say on the mark of the beast because Esau clip it. So we got to speak in code and say MOTB, man. All right, so they believe, they know, they just don't want to admit it, man. But what this Edomite doing though, he is crushing his economy, man. Okay, because like they say, you have to tear down and rebuild. All right, so they're in the process of tearing this existent country down, through the through its system. Okay, it's trades. Okay, it's banking systems. to bring in the digital currency, man, which is this mark that's going to be placed in your right hand or either your forehead. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 12 verse 1. It say, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. All right, the keepers of the house is the ones that's, watching over the is watching over the finances, like your stock market and your Bitcoin, Dogecoin, whatever you want to call it. Okay, those are the keepers of the house. They deal with the financial things. It say, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Right, the American dream is gone. All right, and people are being laid off or fired at a rapid rate. Okay, these jobs is getting short-handed, and they trying to replace people with robots and things like that. All right, so very soon it ain't gonna be no work for the people, man. It say, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Right, and you seeing these singers and things, rappers and things, they're being unalived at an alarming rate. All right, but all this shit is fin to end, man. All right, we are going on another lockdown, okay, and they're gonna bring in martial law through that lockdown, man. But again, all this is for the agenda of them bringing in the digital currency, okay, this digital system, man. And I'm finna grab this Revelation, which he had, and grab Revelation 13 and 16. But I'm gonna start at 15 to say, and he had power to give life into the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right, and Esau is ruling this earth, man. Okay, and he have the power to bring these things, okay, in existence, man. Okay, it is already created. He just got to come in with a problem so he can bring the solution, man. It say, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Going back to that little video that the guy was showing you, he showed you the chip, and he showed it being placed in the right hand of an individual. Okay, and Elon Musk, he got he created the one that goes inside your skull. All right, and this is another company, that created one even smaller than that you lay up under the skin, okay, in your forehead, man. Okay, but without these digital devices, you will not be able to partake in society as far as buying, selling, and trading in these things, man. Okay, and when you do that, you is giving your life over to the so-called white man, and he plays as God, man. He want to be God, and he trying to do the things that the Most High do, because the Most High, he oversee everything and he control everything, and that's what Esau want, man. Esau want total control. Okay, he want everybody to be subjected to him. He want everybody up under his foot, man. All right, and he's already in the process of mass elimination. Okay, depopulating the earth. He is the wicked that the Bible speak of. He is the devil that the Bible speak of. The Lord created him to be this way. That's why the scriptures say he created the wicked for the day of evil. Okay, he's using the so-called white man for his purpose to destroy the earth. All right. Verse 17, it say, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Right, 666, man. Okay, it's the number of a man. Okay, it ain't say that it was a spiritual, you know, a spiritual mark or nothing like that, man. You know, you get a, a, a a 666 tattooed on your forehead, on your skin somewhere, or a barcode or some shit like that. No, man, it's the chip, man. Okay, it's the digital microchip, which is the MOTB, the mark of the beast, man. Revelation chapter 16 and verse 1, but the point is in verse 2, because this is the outcome when you receive that chip. Okay, if you're an Israelite, like I say, the heathens, it doesn't matter if they take it or not, they're going to be destroyed. But for you Israelites that receive this mark, this is the reward of receiving that mark. Revelation 16:1, it say, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua upon the earth. Verse 2, it say, and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshiped the image. Right, that's the point, man. So you're going to get those nukes if you get that mark, okay? Because that's you showing the Lord that you choose Esau. Okay, which our people did back in the day, They wanted Barabbas. They didn't want Yahushua. They wanted Barabbas, and they wanted Yahushua to be crucified, man. All right, and they got what they asked for, man. And they just don't know what the hell they did. But yeah, if you receive that, okay, because we are going to have to face that hour of temptation. Okay, and the only way to overcome that is the Spirit of the Lord have to be on you and dealing with you to resist him. That's the only way. Cause a lot of people right now, they saying, oh, I ain't gonna get it. Okay, when you be placed in that time and your children, they starving, they crying uncontrollably. Okay, your stomach balled up in the knot. Okay, what you gonna do then? Then you look around and you see everybody that got the mark. They eating MREs. That military food that be in the pouches that you got to heat up in the pouch type deal. A bag of potato chips. At least they eating some. When you be faced with this temptation, how would you deal with it? If the Spirit of the Lord ain't dealing with you, if it ain't on you, you're gonna take it. Yeah, and not only that, the ones that don't take the mark of the beast, guess what you have to face with. Okay, if the starving children, you starving, all right, and not being able to buy, sell, or trade in society. Okay, if that don't do it, then you got to look forward to the guillotine. And it's a lot of people that don't want to die. It's a lot of people that want to save their lives. Okay, but the Lord's chosen people, the Lord's elect, okay, is going to have that spirit on them, because some of his men is gonna die, okay, for the name of Yahushua, man. Okay, some people or some of us is going to resist until death, man. All right, but the people that say that they ain't gonna take this, when you see them guillotine, you're gonna change your mind real quick. Why? Because you wanna continue living in America, man. Okay, this is Revelation chapter 20 and verse 4. Straight to the point, it say, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their forehead or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Mashiach 1,000 years. Right? So if you don't receive this chip, okay, you won't be able to buy, sell, or trade again. Okay, you won't be able to eat. You won't be able to make no transactions. If you don't receive this chip, then the other alternative is for you to be beheaded. Okay, there is not starting their new world order off with so-called Christians. And I say so-called Christians because Christianity is bullshit. Okay, and these people is not following Yahweh Shem Yahushua correctly, man. Only his 144,000 and the rest of the unknowable multitude, which both make up the 1/3, man. All right. But yeah, that is what the MOTB is. That is what the mark of the beast is. Is nothing other than a digital microchip. All right. Don't matter what it look like. All right. He is trying to merge man with machine. All right. But Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm ending up right there, giving all glory, praise, and honors unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh, Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and salutation to the whole field, let the scatter abroad, preaching the truth and sincerity. To you, Shalom.